Hello, 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 and welcome to another RANGROOCAST with me, RANGROO. Today we are on a 1v1 and one of my favourite 2v2 and 1v1 maps, Goal. On the Nato side we have Blackthorn, and on the Pact side we have Legio. So let's speed things up. This is a 500 point match, 40 minutes. Try and examine. Decks they are using. Seems like Blackthorn, it's looking very much like a USA. Oh yeah, it's definitely a 75 USA deck. Using the crappy chaparrals, these are 20 point chaparrals. It's really only have like 2,450 meters of range. And Pact, what does he have? He seems like, oh, he's using T34s. I think both sides are playing 1975 decks. Yeah, we have a crap ton of T34s, one of my favourite tanks ever designed. Good god. Gonna be quite interesting. If this is 275 decks, I always love seeing 75 decks. Just in general, so seeing them fight against each other would be bloody brilliant. Make sure anyone Biss being brought out from the start. The check run, which does have two medium range AA missiles and two short range AA missiles, as well as a 20mm autocannon. Or 23mm autocannon. Harriers moving up yo from Blackthorn. In fighter formation, they're going to try and intercept the MiG. And the MiG routing out of there. It does go an awful lot faster, but that speed does not save it, as it does get shot down by the Harriers. And it's going to crash land and do myself side of the hill, yeah. A lot of helicopters being brought out from Legio. The Harriers are going to intercept and knock out quite a few of them, as Blackthorn does have superiority. Now fielded to bring with commandos, which still have a small chance of surviving a crash, as you can see here, but it's still not a good chance. This Harrier is going to try and re-engage the MI2. Almost knocking that run out, as it did try to rush Echo. It's not going to work too well. Also Chaparrals. Well, yeah, as well. It did manage to get his infantry first into his town, south side of Foxtrot, which is always very good. He's actually the Pichotas, which basically have the medium range ATGM, the Metis, which is absolutely bloody brilliant, because it does like 16 AP power, which is pretty good for an ATGM, and it's quite a cheap unit. We also have a lot more units being brought up. Legio town here, F4 Phantoms, dropping some napalm, making sure that nothing survived, even though no infantry really survived, actually managed to get into this town at all. On the left side, what the hell is going on? I think Legio is going to try something a bit cheesy. Smelling the cheese at the moment. Now I think of it, he's playing a no, he's not playing the 75 deck. Legio's not playing 75 deck. Seems like he's just playing just a mixed deck, which isn't all out popular. Everyone usually likes going Russer or Bust. It's quite interesting nonetheless. He does quite a lot of Polish units. SG-7BM flying right over, dropping in 250 kilogram bombs, trying to knock out the M577CV. Which does manage to survive amazingly in the midst of all those explosive power. I wonder, can he DS assault? No, he does not. He's M35. We still have infantry inside if you just unload gem. In a very good position to ambush a few of these units who do come across this road. Yeah, a little bit too far away to do anything. T34s moving right into the breach, very close on, basically right in front of the NATO forces. Mario also being brought up to finish him off. I really like his T34s. I already like his player an awful lot. M35s moving into the forest. Legio has not unloaded his infantry. It's usually never all that good. Just bringing up a UAZ into Foxtrot. Also Rangers being brought up around the other flank. Five stuck in the mud. Come on, unload him, unload him. But it does seem this little cheesy player has been spotted. 12 T34s and one AA unit, as well as a few infantry unit and a flamethrower tank. Moving down the road, they aren't using the road, they are starting to go into the forest to hide themselves, it seems. Maybe he's actually going to try and flank Golf. It would actually be quite a good tactic, as it is kind of a short run from here. And there isn't really anything to really stop him. Any tanks, except for the light riflemen. Which could do a bit of damage to the T-34s, but that's about it. Over here, the forces are very close to each other, but they have not engaged. Speed things up, actually. M577 moving itself around. And it seems like, yeah, he's going to try and go for Golf. With his little T34 out. They are low on petrol, which is never a good sign. They'll probably get you and then run out of fuel. I think I actually might not get you. And then there'll be sitting ducks right in the open. Over here, riflemen engaging them abstractly. Falling back a little bit towards packed lines. Bombing runs also being used, napalm, bringing in the heat and what's directly getting burned to a crisp. T-34s moving over the ridge. They're so low on petrol. That's not good. Aardvark also being used to drop in the cluster bombs, which do quite a lot of damage to T-34s. The best way to stop a T-34 rush, if you ever see one, most likely from me, is Rel cluster bombs, Aardvarks. Anything that does huge ARE will really mess up a T-34 rush. There's quite a lot of AA unit show, which I can knock out with relative ease. The light riflemen might make it hard, you know, they are almost out of ammo. But the Cobras are being moved up, shooting them from the side, doing a bit of damage. These tow missiles are brilliant against T-34s, instantly killing them. Harrier also going in for a gun run, slightly missing its target. Yo, he's going to pull up. Try again. Over here, UAZ managed to capture Foxtrot. I didn't just notice NATO is in a huge lead, or was in a huge lead, was gaining the points. No, not gaining the points. Pact is now gaining the points, but 300-point lead. That is quite good for Blackthorn. He is definitely in a very good position at the moment, even though he's losing points. BTR's moving up, getting stunned by the Vulcans. We go auto-roll for him. Over here, the riflemen holding this little road. Reasonable UAZ can't move up. Another UAZ moving up into Charlie. Legio really liking his UAZs. Into force, get obliterated. It needs you to fuel. Phantoms coming in, dropping napalm around the forest, trying to cleanse it. Communists. They managed to do so quite greatly. He's actually killing his own Mi-35s by driving them into the fire. No questions. It's just normal. The Legio has moved up somewhat strikingly to deal with riflemen, and surrounded with some commandos, or... That seems like commandos. Make sure anyone also keeping the skies clear with the NATO aircraft. Valkyrie being brought up, probably filled with Rangers. Get inside Foxtrot. Not strictly not having all entirely good of a time. Rifleman arse on a move up. 3 platoons on 2. Not strictly outnumbered. Oh, but the riflemen do get bombed right at the last minute. Followed by an SU-7. Only 4 of them left. Yeah, I'm going to try and knock out that UAZO. Are they going to be able to do that? Oh, come on, you can hit that thing. They finally do. Foxtrot is yes. Well, Foxtrot is neutralized. No one is points. Commandos moving up, finishing off the rest of the riflemen. No one has also been used. Long range mortar support. Trying to hit the units inside the forest, stun them up a little bit, shake them up. Prince gets annihilated by the Rangers. And late riflemen being put up from Blackthorn. Forest. Also another UAZ brought Legio. Neutralise the Foxtrot area. We're just going to keep on firing, speed things up a little bit. Blackthorn really bringing up the infantry force into Foxtrot. Same with Legio, yo. 6 squads, BTRs, right inside the BTRs, yo. I'm going to guess it is most directly. I am correct. They're going to do quite a bit of damage. Come on, unload, unload, unload. Please unload. Oh, he does. One more strictly squad at 1 HP does get annihilated. Doing a very good job on knocking out the light riflemen. More reinforcements being brought up from Blackthorn. More riflemen. Go out in the open. I'm going to retreat back into the forest. SU-7BM. Making sure nothing survives. Harrier flying over. Trying to get the SU-7. Not managing to do so. Blackthorn really wanting the forest side, but Legio does have the high ground. He can shoot them in the open from a forest. I'll move out the road unless napalm gets dropped on them. That's actually pretty inaccurate napalm. Any damage. I'll just force them to move a little bit, but oh, the second one does come in. I better bite my tongue next time. This can do a little bit of damage to the commandos and not strictly in the area. Everyone else is pretty much stalemate, not much going on. Everything is quite quiet as Pact Legio but slowly gains lead. Tries to catch up to the NATO lead, I should say. Commandos engaging the riflemen at long range, stunning them. 3 on 5 engagement. 2 on 2, or 2 on run. The riflemen are going to go down. Owner's firing in AA positions. Down the forest, yeah. Aardvark's dropping a lot of cluster bombs and phantoms growl. Seems like he did manage to knock out the UAZ CV with the Aardvarks and try to burn everything else. With the phantoms, that's a lot of craters. It looks like Mars. Or it's like, nah, more like the moon. This looks like the goddamn moon. God. Things are quiet. Up. Tunguska being brought up into Foxtrot. Another CV as Pact still has 200, exactly 200 points left. Catch up to the NATO lead. Bombcats being brought out, flying around the edges of the map. Gonna be circle strafing there. Oh god, oh, Huey Russ, we have a Huey Russ. We have a helicopter Russ being brought up from the NATO side, from Blackthorn. He's moving them very close. Aardvark's being dropped as well. Why is he dropping cluster bombs on infantry? Cluster bombs don't do anything on infantry. He's actually flying them right past the town. What the hell is he doing? There is bringing it up with Phantoms. Maybe he's trying to lure the fire of the aardvarks and the Phantoms, so I have no bloody idea. Tunguska try and knock out infantry, but they do manage to unload, and the light riflemen are set free. Basically moving out of the air. Finally something happening. Series do move up. They do have a FFAR rocket show, which are pretty good at knocking out soft and medium armored targets. Tunguska says otherwise, and looks like the Fury's relative ease. Red light riflemen moving up in the open, trying to get into the forest. Yeah, Pact isn't really bringing anything to counter infantry in the open. No helicopters, no BMPTs, no infantry. These Iron are going to knock out Tunguska's very easily. The ATGMs, if they can hit the bloody thing that is. They're doing a bit of damage, yeah. Nato, 70% of the points they need to win. That can turn this around. 27 BM. Dropping some bombs like Rifleman, yeah. Taking out one squad. US Marines moving up into the forest in Delta. Up once again. And more Hughs being brought up from Blackthorn, probably to try and secure the rest of that town. Atlanta, you probably forgot that raining men still doesn't work. Landing them way too close to the town, allowing them up directly to engage them with their machine guns and AKs as they try to land. And small arms fires do mess up helicopters at close range. UAC getting knocked out. Nato are going to start gaining even more points. Need to win. 15 minutes left on the clock. Pact is going to have to do something drastic. It seems like it are doing it on the Gulf side, moving in T34s. Very close, as well as some napalm. Try and root Blackthorn out of Gulf. There are 14 Tomcats flying around, keeping the skies clear. Huey's moving up front again. I think he hasn't learned from his previous lesson. Yeah, he definitely hasn't learned from his previous lesson. I never feel the Stingers, or Red Eyes as I should really say, it's a 75 deck. Oh, he's going to unload these guys a little bit farther away, but there's only a man-pad infantry, which isn't entirely good against normal infantry, or any anything at all except for planes and helicopters. Cobra's moving up to give some 20mm and Hydra support. So US Marines moving up to the town sector and want to move up. More strictly will be spotted. Want to be spotted, the Cobras can have at you. T34s getting Boris cleaning it out. A lot more T34s being moved up from Legio. I love this guy's tactics already. I do love seeing T34s being used en masse. This is US Ranger getting messed up by the Strackley. Cobra's moving in to give some firing and support from above. Doing a bit of damage, they could have been used a little earlier. Only 6 of them left that are elated. I'm moving a little bit too close, managing to knock out all the ammo stores of first Cobra, the second Cobra, not on too much HP. I think the most striking could kill them, to be honest. Yeah, there goes one. And that's engaging the Marines, not the enemy Cobra. I think I can't. Oh, they can't engage the other one. Seems like the buildings are blocking its view. It is flying very low to the ground. Okay, it would be able to shoot, yeah, but whatever. Wargame logic. 13 minutes left on the clock. Big 27k knocking out at Huey. Almost knocking out at Huey CV. Moving up into Delta. F-14 Tomcat show coming out to save it, not allowing the MiG-27 to do a second run. Here he's flying very close once again. Seems like he's learned from his previous lesson and unloading the infantry a lot more further away from the town. Make sure I don't get shot at from them directly at long range. Speed things up as usual. Very slow match as it is only a 1v1. US Marines moving up. They will be able to deal with them more directly here. Also napalm being used to clear first. Better be safe than sorry. Also an M557 or M577 up in Delta. And a Huey CV just to top it up. Seems like Pact. Are they interested in counter-attacking? It does seem so, moving up a T64 BVI. NATO are 80% of the points they need to win. Holy what? What? Oh, this is brilliant. Oh, this is brilliant. Legio doing a T34 us behind NATO lines, just moving all the way through Gulf into Hotel, now into India. Oh, wow. He's not gonna win from the point. It does not seem to. Only has 9 minutes left. His only chance is to knock out all the enemy CVs. And he's trying to knock out this Fury run. But Tomcats and Cobras giving him a hard time as well as like riflemen. Oh, the Fury is actually falling back, yo. So close to killing out. Oh, so close. That's you knocking out CV. Knocking out the CV in Echo. Oh, that means you only have Delta left, and they have 2 CVs in Delta. Oh, if he ringes due to a T34 spam, well, I will be amazed. Amazingly happy. T34's moving up, knocking out the NATO AA in the town. Exactly doing much. And NATO can't bring in any reinforcements yet at the moment. They can at Hotel if they do reland helicopter CV. Which I hope they do. That's the AR. Land down. And they have commandos in a very good position, I have to say. As if they do try to move this CV down here. Probably engage it with this RPG 16. Get out as it comes down the road. Very good position of commandos, yeah. Can he actually see the enemy CV? No, he does not. Commandos aren't really spotting anything. You see T34's moving very close to the light riflemen. Even with their dragoons, they can do a bit of damage, but they're probably going to run out of ammo, as usual against T34s, before they can knock them out. Auto getting recaptured. Blackthorn getting another Curie DV. I'm really wanting the T34 thing to work. I'm really wanting it to work. Silently, or not really silently, I just told you guys. Kind of rooting for Legio. No offense, but fingers because trying to engage Cobras at long range. Very good position to shoot him as they come out of Hotel. This Blackthorn is a very good idea to get Cobras against T-34s as rockets, and really every single weapon on the Cobra will mess up a T-34, as it is just a 2 tank. '85 model, later model, used really in the Battle of Kursk in 1993. And this is really the one you see the most. 17-6 model has a smaller turret and very crappy low-powered gun. The 85 was a pretty decent gun, inaccurate, but it could penetrate a Tiger at close range, which is really the main killer of her tanks, or the main tank killer against the Russians. They're a feared tank during World War II. I don't know why I'm talking about World War II. I'm playing Wargame, which is a Cold War game. MiG-27 getting shot down instantly by the Tomcat. 5 minutes left on the clock. Maybe Pact can catch up. I'm thinking he can catch up. Wait, what? Huh? What? Blackthorn resigned. What? Seems like he just didn't have the guts to continue. There he was in a pretty bad position as T34 to kind of knock out SO's infrastructure behind his lines. And being attacked by that would be quite different. Wow, I'm amazed. I thought Legio was gonna lose. It seems so from halfway through. Like NATO was moving up, and once they did that little helicopter assault on the side at the top right, I forgot its name. Top right. Seemed like he's definitely gonna lose, but damn! I didn't think a T34 rush would actually work all that route in a run v run, and that did secure Legio the victory. I'm lost for words. But this has been the RANGROOCAST. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly did, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.